The Xbox Series X comes with 1 terabyte of internal storage on its SSD, and after factoring in the operating system, it's down to about 802 gigabytes left to actually store your games on. And on Xbox Series S, you're working with even less, as the internal SSD is only 512 gigabytes, with only actually 364 gigabytes available to use to store your games. And that's why I not only think it's convenient to have an external drive for your systems, I think in the case of the Xbox Series S, you're doing yourself a disservice by not having one. And in today's video, I'll be going over some of the fantastic benefits of adding more storage to your console. So let's get into the video. So I recently got myself 8 terabytes of external hard drive for my Xbox Series X. Now, here I am on my Xbox Series S, where I have 1 terabyte of external storage in the form of an external hard drive. And if I go to my games and apps, you will see that I've got 52 games installed, which is very impressive for a Series S. And that is because I have that external hard drive. Now, the external hard drive isn't fast enough to run native next-gen versions of games off of the hard drive, but there are some Xbox Series S and X games that you can run off of an external hard drive, which I will be talking about in just a minute. But what's cool is you can store everything that isn't Series S and X enhanced on your external hard drive to clear up space for specifically next-gen games on your internal SSD. So you'll see that I'm on my Series S here, and I've got all these Xbox One games and these Xbox 360 and original Xbox games here. And what's cool about all that stuff is I can put all of that on my external hard drive, and a lot of it still runs, loads very fast, because the external hard drive is much faster than even what was in those original Xbox 360s, definitely the original Xbox, and even the original Xbox One. But what's cool that a lot of people don't know about is the fact that if I go to my external hard drive, it's Extra Games, I call it Extra Games, that's the name of it, you'll see I've got this one Xbox Series X and S enhanced game installed on there. Now, like I said earlier, most Xbox Series X and S games you cannot run off of an external hard drive, but there are exceptions, and the way to find out is hover over the game that is Series X and S enhanced, go to Manage Game and Add-ons, go down to File Info, and then you'll see down where it says Console Type, it says Xbox One Gen 9 Aware. And basically what that means is that this game is an Xbox One game that is aware that it's being run on an Xbox Series S or X, Series S in this case, and it's able to take advantage of the benefits of being on a Series S minus the load time. So I can still boot up, in fact, let's do it right now. I can still boot up Crysis 3 off of my external hard drive. I can resume into the game, but you'll see that when I press resume game, it does take a little bit longer to load. That is because it is running off of an external hard drive, as opposed to the internal SSD. Whereas if this was on the internal SSD, this would have been loaded already, like seconds ago. But you can see it's taking its time loading, and as it loads, actually that's not too bad. Especially what I remember Crysis 3 being on the Xbox 360 when I played it originally. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. But there we go. Took about, 30 seconds. Maybe 40 seconds. But I am now in the game. The frame rate is 60 FPS because it is a next-gen game. Or it's a next-gen update for a game, I should say. And it plays fantastically. And the game looks wonderful. Crysis 3 is one of the best looking games of all time. The Crysis series, oh my goodness. The Crysis series in general just looks amazing. Even today, years and years later, it looks amazing. But that's enough of that. Let's go back to my games and apps. And another great benefit of having an external hard drive is that let's just say I'm not playing Immortals Phoenix Rising. Let's say it's installed, but I'm not really playing it. I'm busy with other games at the moment. Well, then I can go to Manage Game and Add-ons, Move or Copy. I can select Immortals Phoenix Rising, and for the sake of this video, I will do it, just because I can do it. I can redo it again once the video's over. But I just move it over to my external hard drive, and then it'll move it over there and free up space on my internal, so maybe I can install something else that I want to install in its place. And then whenever I feel like playing Immortals Phoenix Rising again, I can uninstall or move what I have just installed over to my external, and then move Immortals Phoenix Rising from my external back to my internal. And this is great if you're someone who hates having to uninstall and reinstall things constantly, because 9 times out of 10, this method is going to be much faster than having to re-download your games. And it's especially great if you're someone whose internet provider has a monthly data cap, because those data caps really suck. And all that data from uninstalling and re-downloading games adds up super quick over the course of a month, especially if you uninstall and re-download a game like any of the recent Call of Duties, because that's hundreds of gigabytes worth of data. So now we're over on my web browser and I'm on newegg.com. And keep in mind, you could do this newegg.com, Best Buy, you can do it at Amazon, wherever you want to buy your stuff from. It's really up to you. But I'm just on Newegg for an example. Now here's what I have. This drive right here is what I have plugged into my Xbox Series S. But there's all sorts of drives, and I've got it set to 1 terabyte minimum, all the way up to 32 terabytes. You're never gonna need 32 terabytes. That is insane. Don't do that. Unless, I don't even know what you would need that for. I can't even think of a situation. So just don't do that. That's what I have right here in my Xbox Series S. Now, we go down the line, and these are all really good prices too. You can grab that for $34, which is really nice. You can go, if you like Western Digital more, you can go $35 for 1 terabyte, or you can go any of these, nice colors here, for $40. Another Seagate expansion drive. Serago, I'm not entirely sure. Toshiba. I mean, there's a whole bunch. AData's nice. There's a whole lot. But let's just get rid of the 1 terabytes and show you what you can kind of go up to, you know? So we've sorted from lowest to high. Now, here's some more of these Evolution drives. 3 terabytes. It's already pre-formatted for your Xbox Series X and S. And what that means is you just plug it into your Xbox, you turn it on, and it works right out of the gate. And that's pre-formatted, and it's only $55. And that's 3 terabytes of extra storage. But if you want to go with something a little more name brand, a little more familiar, Seagate has 4 terabytes of external storage for $80. Toshiba, 4 terabytes for $82. Let's see what else. 4 terabytes for $96. I don't know. See, here's where it starts to get pretty pricey. Now, 4 terabytes of AData. I'm looking for 5 terabytes. The first 5 terabyte that we see. And it looks like it's this right here. The Seagate Expansion Portable 5 terabyte external hard drive. Now this, you just plug it into your Xbox. And because I have Seagate, I have a Seagate drive in my Series S. I know how Seagate works. You plug it into your Xbox and you format it for your games, and then it works perfectly. 5 terabytes for $104, $105 basically plus tax. That's pretty good. I cannot complain about that. Or if you want Western Digital, you could go with this one here, Western Digital Black. I know Xbox does market these also, or at least they did back on the Xbox One X. But these are trusted pretty well with Xbox, and I would definitely recommend that also. But yeah, any of these drives, I'd recommend any of these. And it's external storage that you can use for your Xbox One, your 360, your original Xbox games. And you can also swap Series X and S games to that if you're not playing them, and then move them back when you decide you want to play them. Also, like I said earlier in the video, there are some Series S and X enhanced games that can be played on an external hard drive, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. Now guys, I hope this video was helpful for you folks, especially those of you who are on a Series S, because I know that one of the biggest concerns with the Series S for a lot of people is the storage size. But thankfully, there are multiple ways, like I explained in this video, that can minimize that issue as much as possible and hopefully help you free up space for some true next-gen games on your internal SSD in the process. But if you've made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date on all my latest videos, especially if you're enjoying the content, because that means a whole lot to me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.